In this tutorial, we're going to go over how to get your lovely model out from Substance Painter into Unreal. That's kind of the main thrust of, or the importance of this class, is how to get these high-level models with detail into a game engine and run efficiently. All right, so you may hear some noise in the background. It's a 3D printer going crazy. So over here we have, I just have 2 layers, dripping, rust, and dirt, but you guys should have probably 12 or 20 different layers of material as you build up on this. Hopefully you guys spend the time, at least 2 days working on this and get a nice texture and look based on your homework assignment, trying to find the textures. All right, so we're going to export out a mesh, and also we're going to export out the textures. All right, so we're going to do 2 things. So we're going to go File. We're going to try to find Export Mesh. Hit Export, and we're going to go tell it to. I'm putting it in a subfolder called Substance_Unreal. So it's going to make an OBJ out of here. And this will have the proper UV maps on it. Or you could literally just use the medium OBJ that you've used before, but this is just as good. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. So make sure you've exported out the OBJ. It'll probably format it in a nice, correct way. And we're going to also export textures, all right? So this is really important to kind of know about not just the settings, but also all the different ways of exporting it out. So there's Amazon, Lambert, I'm not sure what that's used for, but there's also Arnold. We also have Blender, so you can see all the different things for Blender, Keyshot, just our normal PBR material, Shade 3D, and so forth. So what we're interested in is Unreal 4 Packed. All right, so this is Unreal 4. They should probably update it to 5 or 6. But we also have SSS material. So these are your skin shaders. You can look, they're very similar. I think the SSS material, something to do with the alpha there, is a little bit different. But skin shaders are how light hits a certain surface and then bounces out a different illumination. You see how your skin goes through, hits a vein, and bounces out a different color. So SSS materials are really powerful. So we're just going to do Unreal 4 Packed. Okay, so it looks like I'm selecting it, and you would think, oh, and I've done this a million times, where you select it and you go to your setting and export, and you think you've got it correct. That is not the deal. You're going to actually have to go in here and check it right here. So also you want to go and tell where you want it to go. I'm going to write over this material. All right, and I'm going to go to Unreal 4. All right, I think by default it's going to be up here. And also you have GTLs, GLTFs. These are amazing if you're doing web stuff. That's a really good thing. It pops it out beautifully. It's all packaged, and you can upload it, make it NTF if you want, or NFT. All right, so we're going to go Unreal Packed. You can do JPEG. I do PNGs. PNGs, also if you have an alpha, PNGs are great. I'm going up to 16-bit. You got 8-bit to 16-bit, plus dithering if you want. Based on texture size, blah, blah, blah. And based on that texture size, we can also go up to 8K if it wasn't at 8K, if it was at 4K. So I'm doing 4K to show you that, but if you had it set over here for 4K at the very beginning, you can always go up and down the ladder here. So if you needed to get this for a game that's on the Oculus, you're going to need that, all right? You're not going to, the Oculus is not going to be able to handle something heavy unless it's tethered, but we can go up to 8K. Let's just do 4K. That's a lot, even for my computer. And we go ahead and hit export. All right, you can see on the bottom, it usually does it. Sometimes you can see it happening in real time over here, but it's done. So it's done our base color, PNG, emissive. We didn't do any emissive, but if it did, it would have popped out normal map and also occlusion, roughness, and metallic. Those are packed into one. So that's a really amazing thing. They use the RGB and an R and the G and the B. They pack in those colors there. All right, very, very cool. We've exported out the mesh, and now we've exported the texture. All right, so we're going to go into Unreal, and we're going to start importing our things. We're going to go down to the content drawer so we can see. And we have blueprints here. We can make a separate folder here for, let's go to maps. Let's go ahead, see if we can create a new folder. Okay, call it Bubba for good luck _model. Textures, oops, _textures. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and import our data. And I haven't done this in a long time, so hopefully we're able to bring it in. Let's see, I thought it was, oh, you can drop your files, that's great. We can also hit import. Wheel death, all right, so we're gonna go desktop and clay model. Let's open that up, and Substance Unreal, Bubba. All right, so we're gonna do the object first. Pull that in. Okay, good to use the default for now. All right, it is done. Let's open up our content drawer so you can see our head is on sideways here, and we'll continue importing our textures. All right, so let's select this, shift select, and import them all together. All right. Sometimes they'll ask, are these textures or not? And so they are. All right, I don't know why it keeps closing this over and over. So I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna create a texture. All right, again, I haven't done this in a while, so you may see me have some moments of being quiet. So we wanna make a material. Okay, we're gonna call this Bubba. All right, good. All right, so we're going to double click this and get into our material editor. All right, so we're going to got this clicked on here. We also want to go into our content drawer, just a little bit smaller, and we're going to start dragging in our normal. Come on, why can't you just stay open? This is our default. We call emissive. And then we have the one that has everything in there. All right. Excellent. All right. So we have probably our first one is RGB. This is our diffuse map right here. And so we can just go ahead and drag it over to here. All right. And in real time, you can see it on the surface here. All right. So we don't have a lot of roughness and so forth. So I think this is our normal map. So if I click on that, you can see all our bumps and so forth are normal map. This is going to go over to normal map, and then we have our texture here. So we have RGB, and then we want these to go to different things. So I think I may have to redo this, but I think that goes here, spectac, and then roughness, and that is totally wrong because you can see it made things very shiny. I don't think we have metallic. Let's see. I'll redo this in class and then make notes. All right, so G, I think specular and roughness. I don't think we did any metallic. All right, so you can start to see on here it has a little bit of a sheen, so obviously I did it wrong. So you need to make sure the RGB is in correct order. I'll make sure we have that. If you had emissive, that would have been here. But we don't have any emissive color. You would have dragged the RGB to emissive. All right, that's it. So I did not do the R or one of these. Also, if you have alpha, that is another thing. But with your characters, you shouldn't have alpha right now. But if you did have alphas, you would include that here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit apply. Okay, hit save. All right, go ahead and close that out. We're going to go to our content drawer. I wish I could have that. Oh, dock and layout. That's good. Oh, maybe not. All right. So we're going to drag our beautiful little tiny head here, it's just like Maya. You hit R, and we can scale that up. All right, this is the mesh that we, so I hit W, and then we'll hit E, and then just kind of rotate this around. Okay, so it looks pretty good for a model just sitting. Oops, you can hit F as in Frank, just like in Maya to zoom in. All right, so we have really weird distortion. I don't know what happened there. It's probably just bad TT modeling. So we don't have our texture on there yet, so we're going to do that in just a second. We'll just click and go to our material that we just made, Bubba_good, and we're going to drag that onto our figurine right here. All right, just like that, we have really high definition on there, so you can start to see all the details. So if you get across that, again, we have our normal map on there, and these things will start to bulge out correctly. All right, that is it. And while you're doing this, document it so you can have this in your space. If you want to kind of play around and walk in it, hit play, and we're going to go ahead and hit your hotkeys on the keyboard. All right, grab that and shoot it to make sure it works properly. All right, that is it for this tutorial. Good luck, guys.